You probably watched the latest video I did where I showed you how I traveled by flying out to Tennessee for the big V Squared finale match. And I talked a lot about really knowing what's important to you, what do you need, and how to pare it down. And it's really got me thinking that even in my everyday life, I probably have too much stuff in my bag that I'm just not really in need of. So let me show you first, which is over here. So here's everything that I took with me to the V Squared finale. So obviously I've got my front rest here, or my rear vest. I've got the risers and my donut. These are kind of non-negotiables. I've got my hearing protection, my eye protection. I did take a pair of electronic earmuffs simply because when I wasn't shooting, it's a lot easier to have these over my other ears to hear what's going on. I had my little tripod for my spotting scope, a handle. Now, no matter which rest I use, I need to bring a handle with me. I had a couple pens. I had my bolt disassembly tool, little air blower, my fix-it sticks, barrel cooler. I wasn't sure what the wind was going to be like, so I brought these are really lightweight aluminum stakes, my handbag, and a scoring pad. And that was literally everything that I brought with me when I went out there. And, it's one of those things where I didn't need anything else. Like when I was there, I felt really good about what I had with me, and I really wasn't feeling like I was missing anything. So let me bring you over here. And this is, let me kind of reposition this for you. This is all the stuff I left behind that I normally keep in my range bag. So I've got a second sunshade and a rain eyepiece in case it rains. I've got my full Chapman toolkit in here. I have kind of a little safety kit that's got an extra pair of plugs, alcohol wipes, rubber gloves, band-aids, stuff like that. I have a flashlight, which I have no idea why, because it doesn't even work. I have my stapler for targets and my backup staples. I have even more pens and Sharpies. I have a notebook that I have a random assortment of thoughts in, and then a couple of targets, which honestly I've never used any of these. Let's see, there's another pen. I have a pouch that's for my earplugs that I have in something else, so this is just wasted space. Extra Velcro for helping other people more than I ever help myself. I've got 4 or 5 extra action screws in here, and a set of dirty earplugs. So there's some extra action screws, none of which actually work on my current gun in stock. So again, kind of weird that I still have those in here. And I have to double bag it simply because one bag already wore out. I have medical tape, which again, I don't know why this is in my bag, and I don't know. Anyway, I have a little scoring stand for an iPad or a phone that doesn't fit my phone, and my iPad has its own built-in stand. I have a firing pin removal tool, so this is different than the bolt disassembly tool. This is actually for removing a firing pin. A timer that only gets used during matches. My Kestrel, which as much as I love it, I maybe bring out once at a match, and that's mostly to make videos for you guys to show you how hard it's blowing. I have a lens pen that I always forget I have. Some extra clip and a rubber band. A second tripod that I use for my camera when I'm filming. Extra sets of ear protection. I've got batteries, gum. What else is in here? Just batteries and gum. And it's 4 batteries for this, and 1 battery has lasted me over a year. So again, usually I end up giving them to other people more than I need. A bunch of springs and a disassembly tool for my rad system on my stock. This is probably the thing that's been with me the longest. I have these 3/4 inch round, we always call them garage sale stickers. I have literally had this same pack since 2013. And I use them fairly often. They just last forever. I mean, there's literally 1,008 labels. And anyway, I have a leveling string that I'll staple to a board that's a little bit weighted so I can level if I have to at the range. And then I have a crescent wrench, which is for my scope base, but I don't even need this anymore because I have the half-inch socket in my Fix-It stick kits, and I've had a half-inch driver in my kit one way or another for the last 2 years, and yet I still have this in there. And I'm pretty conscious about weight because I have a pretty bad neck. I have a so-so back. My hands have some kind of debilitating pain. And I still subject myself to all of this being in my range bag. So this really has me reconsidering how much stuff I keep in there. I absolutely swear by these Chapman kits, but this is probably the majority of my weight other than the rear bag. And I love this, but it's a lot of weight. And I found even after this weekend that this only has a few things that I ever wish for, and it's usually when I'm at the shop compared to at the range. So I may stop taking this with me everywhere. I definitely don't need the crescent wrench. This is not this is usually in my range bag, and I know it seems really silly, but it's just this cute little $200 or $300 Koa spotting scope. My range has, because I shoot at night, there's really no mirage. I don't need to look at a ton of things, and sometimes all I need is something simple and lightweight rather than carrying, here's its big brother. This, like, I wouldn't go to a match without this, but when I'm at the range, just kind of farting around, this thing works great, and it's super light. I mean, I don't think it weighs more than, I don't know, maybe a pound or something. The labels, obviously I use those, so I can put those in the keeper pile. I can't remember the last time I needed medical tape for anything, so that's going to stay home. I don't need these targets. The secondary tripod, I really should just take out as needed. I never need to fix my rad. Once I adjust it, it's done. So this is something that can stay at the shop. Firing pin disassembly tool. Again, this is a shop-based item. The odds of me ever needing this at the range, very, very low. And honestly, the last time I needed one was to help somebody else, not even to help myself. So that can probably stay home. My Kestrel will go in I have sort of a little holding box that's for matches only. This will go in my match only box, which this will too, because if I'm traveling, I don't want to be without this, but nevertheless, it only needs to go with me to matches. My notebook stays, this stays. I really don't need gum this gum is probably 4 years old. I always forget it's in there. And I don't really need all those batteries, so that's going to stay home. I don't need the action screws, that's going to stay home. I don't need a broken flashlight. Maybe there's no batteries in it, I don't know. Let's see. Oh no, it's just all corroded, so that's awesome. Well, it's just a freebie something, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that away because I just don't need it. The Velcro, it's lightweight. I'll hold on to it, you never know. And then my little safety kit, who doesn't need to make sure that they've got some alcohol wipes, some rubber gloves, some Band-Aids, and it's very, very light. As far as my staples and my stapler go, it's sort of a non-negotiable at my range. I need to make sure that I can staple things on, so I think that goes for most of us. The pens I'm not too worried about. And the extra sunshade, again, this is going to go in my going in my pile that is for matches only. As does my, what is it, right here, my score pad only goes out for matches. And I can probably take my stakes and put them in the same pile as well, even though they're very lightweight. Why carry them around if I don't have to? So, you can see all the stuff that I'm eliminating here. And I think that's just going to lead to enjoying my range bag even that much more. Having a prepared range bag that I don't have to sift through a bunch of different things that I'm not using for. And, I think we all probably are guilty of just adding stuff to our bag and not taking it out when we don't need it. So that's what I've got in there. And oh, you know what? There's one other thing that I forgot to show you. So this is my one other item, which is a very lightweight wood mallet that I got from Hobby Lobby for $4. I used to carry a dead blow hammer that weighed probably 3 pounds, and this is for hitting my front rest into the ground at matches. I got tired of carrying the hammer. The bigger like dead blow or big rubber mallets, they're heavy. They tend to break up. This thing has been fantastic, and for $4, when it ends up breaking, I'll burn it and go buy another one. So even if I get a year out of this before it starts splitting or something, I don't really care, because those dead blow hammers and stuff like that are 15, 20, 25 bucks. I can buy 6 or 7 of these for the same price. So, and you know, it works really good at knocking the front rest in. So that's what I'm looking at. I hope this helps you guys. Have a good one. We'll talk later.